Special days in September include Labor Day, which is celebrated on the first Monday in September to honor and recognize the American labor movement. Grandparents' Day, occurring on the first Sunday after Labor Day. Rosh Hashanah, the Jewish New Year, which is celebrated this year from September 18th through the 19th. And Talk Like a Pirate Day, celebrated on September 19th. Those who observe it would greet friends by saying, "Ahoy, mateys." This month in history, on September 1st, 1939, Hitler invaded Poland, thus beginning World War II in Europe. On September 2nd, 1666, the Great Fire of London began in a bakery in the Pudding Lane near the Tower. Over the next 3 days, more than 13,000 houses were destroyed, although only 6 lives were believed lost. September 2nd, 1945, President Harry Truman declared Victory over Japan Day, known as VJ Day, commemorating the formal Japanese surrender to the Allies aboard the USS Missouri in Tokyo Bay. On September 3rd, the Treaty of Paris was signed by John Adams, Ben Franklin, and John Jay, formally ending the American Revolutionary War between Britain and the United States. September 3rd, 1833, the New York Sun newspaper first appeared, marking the beginning of the penny press, inexpensive newspaper sold on sidewalks by newspaper boys. Anti-slavery leader Frederick Douglass began his escape from slavery on September 3rd, 1838, by boarding a train in Baltimore dressed as a sailor. He ended up taking a train to New York City, where he came under the protection of the Underground Railway network. September 4th, 1609, the island of Manhattan was discovered by navigator Henry Hudson. September 6th, 1620, the Mayflower ship departed from Plymouth, England, bound for America, with 102 passengers and a small crew. September 8th, 1900, a hurricane with winds of 120 miles per hour struck Galveston, Texas, killing over 8,000 persons, making it the worst natural disaster in U.S. history. The hurricane and tidal wave that followed destroyed over 2,500 buildings. And on September 8th, 1883, the Northern Pacific Railroad across the U.S. was completed. September 11th, 2001, the worst terrorist attack in U.S. history occurred as 4 large passenger jets were hijacked, then crashed, killing nearly 3,000 persons. 4 separate teams of Mideast terrorists operating inside the U.S. boarded the morning flights posing as passengers, then forcibly commandeered the aircraft. 2 jumbo jets were diverted by the hijackers to New York City, where they were piloted into the Twin Towers of the World Trade Center. The impact and subsequent fire caused both 110-story towers to collapse, killing 2,752 persons, including hundreds of rescue workers and people employed in the towers. In addition, United Airlines Flight 93 and American Airlines Flight 77 were hijacked. One was diverted to Washington, D.C., then piloted into the Pentagon building, killing everyone on board and 125 military personnel inside the building. The other was diverted toward Washington but crashed into a field in Pennsylvania after passengers attempted to overpower the terrorists on board. Today, Patriots' Day has been created to honor and remember those who perished. September 14th, 1741, composer George Friedrich Handel finished Messiah after working on it every day for 2 weeks. September 16th, 1908, General Motors was founded by entrepreneur Billy Durant in Flint, Michigan. September 17th, 1862, the bloodiest day in U.S. military history occurred as General Robert E. Lee and the Confederate armies were stopped at Antietam and Maryland by Union forces. By nightfall, 26,000 men were dead, wounded, or missing. September 19, 1893, New Zealand became the first country to grant women the right to vote. September 19th and 20th, 1985, earthquakes in Mexico City killed an estimated 5,000 to 20,000 persons and left more than 100,000 homeless. The quakes registered 8.1 and 7.5 on the Richter scale. September 20th, 1973, the much-hyped Battle of the Sexes took place in the Houston Astrodome as tennis player and women's rights activist Billie Jean King defeated Bobby Riggs in 3 straight sets. King's win was considered a milestone in the public acceptance of women's tennis. September 24th, 1957, President Dwight Eisenhower ordered the National Guard to enforce racial integration of schools in Little Rock, Arkansas. September 26, 1960, the first ever televised presidential debate occurred between candidates John F. Kennedy and Richard M. Nixon. September 28, 1978, Pope John Paul I died only 33 days in office. He was succeeded by John Paul II. And on September 30th, 1955, actor James Dean was killed in a car crash in California at age 24. Finally, the month of September celebrates National Hispanic Heritage Month, National Potato Month, National Chicken Month, National Piano Month, and National Biscuit Month. Have a wonderful September.